Hey, hey. All right, we should be live. We should be live on uh on Facebook. Hello, hello. Juneteenth Blackout. Hello, happy Saturday. Um, we're here doing the end of the year recap 2020. It's been an exciting year. A lot of things have been going on, and I'm just glad to be here with the squad. We are missing one of our
squad
key
minus one.
Minus one. So definitely got to give a shout out to Derek Kincaid. We're sending our love to his family. He had to go back home. His mom got ill, but she's doing better by the day. So we're so glad with that. So definitely send your healing thoughts, your prayers, your well wishes to Derek and his family, to his mother specifically. We miss you, squad. We miss you, squad member. But we are just excited to be here today. So thank everybody for tuning in. We're letting some people come in on. Wait while they're coming in. So what y'all got? What's going on? Terrence, Kanisha, what's going on with y'all?
How let's y'all start with Miss Kanisha.
Well, let's see. I'll just do twofold part, I guess. So on the wellness side, I'm excited. I get an early Christmas gift from the wellness company
that I'm about that. With.
And, you know, with the COVID numbers increasing, and if you look back on another live that we did, I talked about the wellness company and resetting. And, you know, we all been inside and we all still need to be healthy and do what we need to do in order to maintain good health, good gut health. So I just recently decided to kind of pause working out with my trainer. And I said, I need some machines at my house. I need to get something here so that I can continue working out. And there was an opportunity that came from the wellness company to be able to get a Concept 2 rower. And it was for the first 500 people that we would be able to get it directly from Concept 2 through the wellness company, but avoid all the hassle of getting it shipped and getting it put together and all that's already going to be taken care of. And I was one of the 500 able to get this rower. Wow. So there's some stuff I'll be doing today to finalize all of that, and then it'll ship this week coming. So I'm all on pins and needles because I'm going to be a part of a Concept 2 or rowing team, and for my age group, and make it a little competitive. So I have no clue what I'm doing. I did rowing probably like a couple of times with my trainer. But hey, when you have something in your home, you know, like a rower, and I'm hearing all this great stuff about it, and it's coming from one of the top companies, that's real beneficial, you know. So I get a rower in my house, a machine in my house to keep working out. And then the last thing is, you know, we're all about Juneteenth here, right? And so one of the biggest things that's happening for Juneteenth 2021 in Galveston, Texas, the birthplace of Juneteenth, is there will be a mural, nothing like it in the entire world, a 5,000 painting, you know, piece, or however they call it. You know, it's huge. But the great thing about this mural, not only that, the biggest thing is that it's nothing like it in the world. This is the only place that you'll find it. And what other place to find it than in the birthplace of Juneteenth, is that it's going to be what is like an interactive, where you can go up to it, put your phone to it, and it's going to tell you about that piece of the art. So it's going to educate you, not only visualizing and seeing it, but you're going to be able to hear it. So I always say that when you see something, you can't unsee what you see, and you definitely cannot unhear what you hear, you know. So we encourage all of you. The Juneteenth Blackout team is going to be in the place, all up in that event,
all
you know,
in that the whole weekend.
We're also planning an event, you know, of course, with COVID things are kind of, we're planning it because it says always be ready so you don't have to get ready. So we're already planning to be able to have an event that we can all physically attend. Now, it will be a ticketed event because we cannot have just everybody showing up in the 9th hour and just all come in, because we do still have to be cognitive of COVID. And now that we have this vaccine in place, we know that everybody most likely will not be running to get a vaccine, right? So it will be the same stipulations in place based on the venue that we are working with. But we are planning to have an event, that one thing, right? Just for us to celebrate and be a part of this historical moment. Just keep in mind, this mural is nothing like it. It is the first of its kind. Why would you not want to be a part of this history making moment in Galveston, Texas? So mark your calendars for June 19th, 2021. Please, please, please share with your friends and family that there's going to be an event, dancing, laughing. We like to laugh as a people. We like to dance. We like to have a good time. And who does not want to have a good time or get out of the house come June 2021? So we can come together and celebrate this historical moment. We would love for you to come there and be with us. Come support us with your monies, because if we want to have a good time, it does cost money. We can't just osmosis, just zap it into the air just yet.
We can't do that. It don't
just come fall. I mean, money is energy now. It's there.
It is energy.
Abundance inside. But that's another story. So right now,
we gotta put some effort to it though. Look,
yes.
I like Kanisha just went right in.
Straight. She said, I gotta be off here by 12.
Like, I got other stuff to do. We're gonna get right into it. But I love it though. I love it though, because the Juneteenth event for 2021, we had a virtual celebration this year, right. And we're wanting our best. We're planning. We're being very intentional about associating with the right people to be a part of a live Juneteenth event in 2021. Right. And so in connection with the mural that's been, that's already, we already know it's going to be built. Now, who's going to be actually painting the mural? What's the guy's name?
The commissioned artist is Reginald Adams.
Wow, Reginald Adams.
And we will also be able to partake in that. And just recently I was appointed or asked, I've been added to the community development committee. That's a part of the mural as well. So we are actually meeting this coming week, and to have more discussions and all that good stuff. But the commissioned artist is Reginald Adams. If you go look him up, you'll see all the priceless pieces that he's been commissioned to do. And he's very, very excited about this piece that's going to be done in Galveston. So we all may, he's the artist, but there's also, he has a team of people, and then he's also wanting to where he'll be able to bring in community people to be able to help. And that's where Juneteenth Blackout is going to be a part too. We'll be able to say we were a part of painting this part of the mural, getting guidance and how to do that. So,
so where would the mural be positioned in Galveston?
It's going to be on 21st and Strand in Galveston.
But really the heart of
a wall that's there. It has on the top like Galveston Square, but there's a wall that's there that's blank, and it's a very heavy traffic area. Being that it's a tourist area, it's going to be positioned in a really great spot.
So ideally, what we're wanting to do is be a part of the entire weekend, and we've been Juneteenth Blackout has been slotted for a potential Friday night event, which is what we're trying to put together. And we're going to need our Juneteenth Blackout supporters to assist us when we're ready to roll out the announcement of what we're going to do, because it will be a ticketed event, meaning, we're going to pre-sale tickets for the event, and it's a part of that whole weekend on the island. And so more on that to come, but we just wanted to kind of just let you know that, we went from a 2020 virtual celebration because of COVID, but we're really hoping to have at least one event during the Juneteenth weekend in 2021. And one of the things that Kanisha has always sort of encouraged us, when we were kind of brainstorming, trying to think about what to do, she always would say, and Terrence, you remember, We just need that one thing.
It's the one thing.
One thing.
Don't be trying to do 20. Just one.
She always reeled me because I'm like, all right, let's do this. Let's do this. Like, one thing, Sean, one thing. And she's right. And so, but we want to do this one thing for 2021. We want to do it. We want it to be amazing because we're wanting to start off where we can start, do that one thing very well in conjunction with everything that's going to be going on over that weekend and build from there. But we need our members' support to be able to do this.
Right. And even if we could possibly, you can sign something, maybe we can have something electronic, y'all, to show that you were a part of this history, that, hey, I was there, or I contributed, or I sponsored someone to go, because there may be people that still like, I don't know, which is why it's so important for us to know who is willing to come and attend. Now, we want to do things safely, of course, right? We don't want to be, and that's just for the whole entire unveiling of the mural. They have to do things according to the, what the rules are to not jeopardize health of people. And we for sure don't want to jeopardize our people. But if you can participate and it shows that you showed up, I showed up to be a part of history. This is not something that just goes into the, just falls off somewhere. This is going to be forever recorded with Juneteenth Blackout, that you as a member of Juneteenth Blackout was a part of the first, the only Juneteenth mural, not only just in some state, but in some city, but in the city where it is the birthplace of Juneteenth. So signing your name on something, we'll sign all these petitions and, to get certain things to pass. Sign something to say, hey, I was there. I supported this. I was a part of this history making event, and we won't let it go. We're a small squad. So we would not recognize all of the people. We have to do like a scroll, that shows all the names of the people that participated. That's your award for coming, being a part of something with your people.
Absolutely. And I love what you just said. We know we have members all over. We have members that's in Nigeria. We have members in all of the states. So yeah, maybe it's not a weekend that you can come, but maybe you can sponsor someone that's in the Houston area or close to the Houston area. You can sponsor them to come. I mean, the whole point is, y'all, this Juneteenth Blackout is going to be a federal holiday. It's going to be a federal holiday.
Yes,
why? Because Sean Speaks have spoken it, right?
Yes, it is.
It's not going to be just a Texas holiday. And Kanisha has always, from the moment I've ever met her and she got involved with us, she's always said that her dream, her vision is to make Juneteenth Blackout sort of the Essence Festival of Galveston. And when she showed us in her vision what she envisioned about it, we bought into the vision, right? And we like, okay, what can we do to participate and bring that vision to life? Because it's all about what you envision. If you envision it, it can happen. And so to have, Juneteenth weekend to be a big celebration where we just come onto the island and we have a good, fun, safe, healthy time. I'm looking forward to it, right? And you will be a part of making that history, right? Because that's what it's all about. It's the actions that we take today that make history tomorrow, right? And so we want to make history in our way, right? And give honor to our forefathers, right? Because I'm not ashamed of my forefathers. I tell people all the time, I'm not ashamed of what happened to my forefathers. I'm not ashamed because it made us, and I love the word, Terrence likes to use it all the time, and I get it. It made us resilient. And resilient and we're strong people. And we need to honor that strength and celebrate that strength and not be ashamed of it.
And to, something that's going to be a part of the mural that really doesn't get spoken on a lot, and it's a part of the history, is the colored troops. Colored troops they just said that it was an army, or history always says it was an army, or it was the Black Army or something like that, but they had a specific name. They were the colored troops. And that is something else that's part of vision, to one day be able to have nothing but Black men in attire, in army attire, to come walk Galveston, to show up in that uniform, that are part of all of the navies, or all of, what, and bring them there. That's a part of the services to show. But the colored troops is what the name of those army men were, the Black men that were in Galveston. Wow. For Juneteenth, they were the colored troops. So now that's going to also be a part of the mural, where you'll be able to learn and hear about that history. And later on today, I'll post the article that talks about the colored troops, where you can see that, that language that's there. That's from 1865. It's the actual article that was printed then.
That is so powerful, because I'm gonna be honest, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
How about you?
A lot of people, it does not get spoken on a lot, but when you see that article, it tells you about the colored troops. They were called the colored troops. They were
called the colored troops. Wow.
Yes.
Because a lot of times, I think, Kanisha, I know some of us are ashamed of celebrating Juneteenth, right? Or we think that that's some blemish on our past. Right. But when you actually, but a lot of times it's because we have a lack of knowledge, right? A lack of information about it. Because a lot of times the way we look at it is we look at it as a white man signing some document that brought us freedom. And I always say, and me and Terrence talk a lot, and I always say, we participated in the freedom that came to us. Sometimes we act like we didn't have a part in our own freedom. And I think we miss it when we think that freedom only came because of some Emancipation Proclamation. Right? Because when you start to think of things from an energetic standpoint, you give off that energy of, okay, I'm no longer that person, right? I'm no longer somebody that you can enslave. Now, it may take the world some time to catch up, but you have to change first. And to know that the color troops played a part in bringing that information to people on the island, that gives a whole new view to something that I've been saying, is that we played a part in our freedom. Our freedom did not come from a stroke of the pen. I think that is mistaken to think that the freedom came from a stroke of a pen. And to now know that the colored troops were there to part of the delivery of that power. Yes, that's beautiful. Wow.
So that's all the more reason why, we come down. We may not be the troops but we the Black people.
Exactly.
We come down and pack out the island and, show that love and support each other and like a big old family reunion of everybody just coming together. And like I said, we need that. Some people don't think they need it, but we've been locked in. We've been, social distancing, and you just need to, I think everyone needs to feel that goodness in their soul, and I think that's the perfect place to come, because we love dancing, we love music, we love to eat, but we can come together and fellowship together, and we love to laugh, so.
And wear your blinged out mask, right? Be safe. Where you get your blinged out mask, right?
Yes.
Come dressed up as all to match.
Oh, just come on down.
Come on down. Come on and enjoy. Well, y'all, look, we wanted to do just a quick recap for 2020. I will tell you that I am very grateful to know each of you that's a part of this squad. I could still remember when Terrence and I first talked on the phone after communicating via, I think, Messenger. Well, Facebook first, and then Messenger, and then we just got on the phone. And we've been on the phone ever since, right? We have chop it ups at least once or twice out the week, right? Sometimes you have to start early because they last like hour sessions, but just great conversation. Then meeting Derek, then meeting Kanisha, and then coming together and putting on the first virtual Juneteenth celebration. And we worked so diligently, trying to put on the best virtual celebration that we could possibly put on in the short amount of time that we had to put it on. And I think we did an amazing job. So if you have not checked out the virtual celebration, our Juneteenth virtual celebration from 2020, definitely just, go Google Derek Kincaid. You could probably find it. You scroll all the way down to one of the first videos. But one of the things I want to do is I want to give a thank you to all of the participants that helped us put on the virtual celebration. We had talent, Michelle Rose. She's a member of Juneteenth Blackout. I can still remember, I think I texted Michelle like 4:30 at the start of the day. I got that bad. I'll text people in the middle of the night. But she called me back, I think we were right when the day started. And I asked her and she was like, yes, she would be a part of it. And so I just want to thank Michelle Rose. She sung her heart out for us, and we so appreciate Michelle Rose. Go check her out on YouTube at Michelle Rose. She's just a phenomenal person. Dre Tate. I'm gonna let Kanisha give shout out to Dre Tate, because Kanisha was very key in bringing Dre Tate to help put on the virtual celebration.
Absolutely. It was very incredible that, those that don't know who Dre Tate is, he was the young man that sung A Change Is Gonna Come. And he first sung it at George Floyd's funeral celebration of life, his services. And from that, we were able to, social media just has a way of connecting people and putting people in the right place at the right time. And so just so happened, social media dropped us in together, and me and my asking, I just said, well, hey, we're doing this right now. I'm a part of this team called Juneteenth Blackout. And, we're planning a virtual event, and we would just love to have you sing A Change Is Gonna Come. And without hesitation, he said, absolutely, count me in, I'm on board. And so he did do that for us. And I know he currently has like a single out for that. So if you have not purchased that single, it's something, that's another song. Like we always would play when we come on live, we would play Nina Simone. And that was a song that I just love, so those type of songs are songs that kind of help us, or remind us, and so I believe the song, the rendition that Dre Tate gives of A Change Is Gonna Come, it's, you can't go wrong if you're having a bad day and you need to listen to it and just remind yourself that, it's coming. We don't know when, but we also know that we got to be a part of the change. So I don't know if that's all what you wanted, but yeah, thank you, Dre Tate.
I actually think that's wonderful, right? We are the change. We are the change that's coming, right? We participate in the change that we want to see, right? But I just wanted to, because the thing about it, when you brought Dre Tate to us and we talked to Dre, he was so just available, and he was so willing, and he didn't know us, right? But we were just so appreciative of him. Just we were like, okay, we need to figure out a time to record, and he just made himself available. And we went to him. We were like, okay, we're gonna, what we need to do to make it easy for you to record it for us. And so we just appreciate Dre Tate for doing that. We also had Mr. David O'Neill. Tell us a little about Mr. O'Neill, Terrence.
Well, Mr. O'Neill is actually a frat brother of mine. We're from the same chapter. And he was our historian for the Juneteenth Blackout, one of the historians for the virtual celebration for Juneteenth. Just a world of knowledge and history and information, and his mental ability to bring to life that history is just, it's amazing. Yeah. And I vividly remember when we were in Galveston for the unveiling of was it the unveiling of the statue? Maybe not the unveiling.
It was just the breakfast, the Juneteenth breakfast that we have at Ashton Villa.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So when we were there, he afterwards he wanted to show us around Galveston to see some of the Juneteenth landmarks. Mm-hmm. And it kind of ties back into the mural, Kanisha. I was just shocked that there wasn't something more elaborate in Galveston, some kind of landmark that we could really go to and really learn the history, learn about Juneteenth. And so I think what the mural project is going to do, and coupled with Dave O'Neill's ability to bring that history together, could be really, really powerful.
Yes, I totally agree. And and when you say that, about speaking about David O'Neill, he's been a part of Galveston. He's a walking Black history book, because he goes on and on. He loves to talk about it. That's the difference with him. And I think with anyone that's going to be a historian, they have to feel it. They have to be a part of it so deeply, and he is a part of it. So when Reginald Davis, the artist that's been commissioned for this mural, he calls it a movement. Mm-hmm. Even though it's called the Absolute Equality mural, it's actually a movement, that this is something that is so huge. It is a movement across across our entire culture for us to be a part of it. So with David O'Neill speaking the history and having a mural that, again, you can't unsee what you see and you can't unhear what you hear. Here it is a few months later, and we still can hear, what David O'Neill shares or shared with us, about Juneteenth and just Galveston overall. He goes on and on and on.
But I'm reminded, Sean, how the people in Galveston, the tourists, gathered around to hear him talk about Juneteenth, to hear him talk about the history. It was amazing. I mean, it was like people literally stopped what they were doing, and they wanted to just hear. And they were asking questions.
People want to know.
Yeah,
people want to know.
People want to know, exactly. I think that a lot of times we forget that if we don't make our history important,
no one else will.
No one else will. Right? You have American Revolution reenactments, you have Holocaust stuff that they do. And I think that, it's up to us. Y'all know I'm a big proponent of solving our own problems, that it's up to us. We're only going to see what we do.
That's
we're
right.
Waiting for other people to do it for us, then we're only going to be okay with what they give. Don't complain about it. Right.
That's right.
But when Mr. O'Neill, we were in front of the thing that they had just with the information, it was amazing that as Mr. O'Neill was talking, people was walking by and they stopped and we just kind of had a gathering around Mr. O'Neill, just listening to all of the history. He had so much more to say, right? I kind of wish we had a mic that could have, kind of the mic so he could just really just speak it loud for everybody to hear.
A hard thing, like just talking.
Yeah, just talking, right? Because he just had so much information, and just information that I didn't know about. I mean, it's amazing. The more I delve into Juneteenth, the more I realized I just didn't know, right? I'm learning something even today, right? With the color troops, which is going to make what the mural event so great, because it's going to be interactive. So it's not going to be just a mural that you walk by and look at it. You're going to be able to use technology to be able to understand the picture. So the picture going to have even more life to it, right? Now we had another historian, and his name I just lost his name in my brain.
Edmonds.
Edmund
Davis.
Mr. Edmonds. Talk to him. I think you connected with him initially, Terrence. Talk to us about Mr. Edmonds.
Yeah, he actually had an interesting description of what he does. Social historian, I think is what his label was.
A social historian, which
a social historian. I thought that was. I had to go look that up, but. Yeah, Edmund Davis is a very well-known figure in Arkansas. He's an educator, and he's led different movements. He's an activist historian as well. He came on to the virtual celebration, and he also gave us some history of Juneteenth. He did a great job.
Yes, he did. He was phenomenal.
And then we had State Rep Harold Dutton on, and we also had Dave Edwards, and they contributed a lot of information, and so I want to thank both them two as well.
And Sean and Dave is he's the brother of the late Congressman Al Edwards, who was very instrumental in getting Juneteenth to become a state holiday.
Absolutely.
And they have a big statue there in Galveston now of the late Congressman Al Edwards.
Yeah, and that's when we went, and they have that at the Ashton Villa, which is where they had the
breakfast. That's
the-
where the breakfast is held. And it was very instrumental for how the late former state representative Al Edwards got to Galveston was from the late Reverend James B. Thomas. He was the one that called and said, hey, this is, what we're wanting to do. And he was the one that played the part in getting Al Edwards to Galveston. And then, we have those today that carry the torch to keep the Juneteenth events going. And so now we're branching, from that, and we're doing, bigger things, making that, we will have those events that we have, but then we're also branching to have other bigger events, so it's the growth, I think it says a lot because, I laugh, my child, I have a 14-year-old, and she says, my generation and the Gen Z generation just don't function the same. And so I laugh at that, but I look at how, some people, it's difficult for change, right? It's like, I want to stay this way. This is how we've been doing. That's how we want to do it. But people are learning things differently now. So to have an interactive mural and to do virtual events to still get the message out some way, somehow, we have to be able to be open to want to reach those that are not going to get reached in a book. Even though we know the squad knows that when we read, it's what's written, because we don't read. And if we read, if more people would read, we would find that knowledge, and so now we're able to bring things, us here, we're able to get information. When I learned about the information with the Color Troops, it was because Sam Collins told me about it. He's been just pouring and dripping on me, different things of knowledge so I can absorb it, because even though being from Galveston, there was a lot of things that I just did not know. I just knew the surface of Juneteenth. I knew that Uncle James, I called him Uncle James, that he brought Al Edwards to Galveston, but knowing the details of things, I didn't know that. I mean, I was a little girl, I was 2, so, but now as I'm, a grown woman and I'm a part of that, and having people, meeting the squad and being able to have people that want to be a part of that movement to make a vision come to life. That's really huge. So
I think what we're learning too, though, is, sometimes people only want us to learn certain things.
Right. They don't want us to.
That keeps us in a particular box. But if we ever want to outgrow that particular box, you have to be willing to learn information that takes you out of that box.
And surround your people, surround ourselves with people that want to be out of the box.
Absolutely.
Everybody don't want to be out.
Everybody don't want to.
And and that's
everybody don't want to be free. It's
like, agreed. Not everybody want to be, be out the box. Not everybody want to be free, and it's okay. You have a right to be mentally enslaved if that is what you choose, right?
I will never take that. Though, if you want to be mentally enslaved,
you have a right to do
it. You're free. You want to be free, but you want to keep your mind still enslaved.
Because I think what it is that what people don't understand, and this is why, I've said this to Terrence a lot, probably, he probably get tired of it, but just because people were quote unquote enslaved, in physical slavery, that doesn't mean, I think we make an assumption that our forefathers, because they were in physical slavery, that every last one of them were in mental slavery. Some of them, a lot of them probably were not in mental slavery, even though they were in physical slavery, right? So what we don't want to do is perpetuate, yes, we got our physical slavery, but if we're bound in mental slavery, well, it's no difference than being in chains.
That's right.
Because your mind, your ability to use your mind is what takes you where you want to go.
That's right. It controls what you walk in, what you do, how you perceive, how you interpret, Exactly. And so I think the worst slavery is your mental slavery.
Exactly. And I think that's why you have to understand that our forefathers, they were not all mentally enslaved. They just were not, right? They were in a country that they had to deal with the position that the color of their skin put them in. right? But they were always free. Some of them never were actually enslaved. But if you only want to look at history the way they want to teach you, then you're going to be enslaved to how they teach. You got to learn how to teach yourself.
Correct.
Right? Which is something that I perpetuate. You know, look, if you want to have mental slavery, that you are free to be enslaved. But I want to also, as we getting ready to wrap up, I want to give shout outs to our spotlight vendors of 2020. We've had so many spotlight vendors. I've just been, I'm just so happy to be just associated and to know all of these businesses that we've spotlighted. And so I'm gonna go down the list and stop me. Want to talk about one? I'm gonna just name them. We got Melanin Bay Body Butter. I'm wearing some Melanin Bay Body Butter right now. But fantastic products, wonderful owner. I'm so happy to know her and to know her business. eBaby Beauty, Nikita McDonald, Jonathan Patrick. He's an author of The Lost on the Way Home. If you have not gotten a copy, check Jonathan Patrick out and get your copy. The Girl with the Magic Tummy, Nicole Rages. I enjoyed doing the spotlight with her. The Closet Candy Boutique, Dr. Mo. Dr. Mo, look, I bought some stuff for my daughter and she come to me, Mama, can I get another sweater from there? So Dr. Mo. Healthier Cycles, Jewel Sanitary Pads with Danella King. Kanisha Allen, The Wellness Company. One of our own. Woo, woo. My Little Sugar Plums Bakery, Miss Carolyn Harris. And let me tell you,
cheesecake lady on Sundays. That's all I remember. That's what I remember. She do the special
cheesecake on Sundays. At the church.
Yeah.
So get that. So check out My Little Sugar Plums Bakery.
Yeah.
Matthew Newman, Virtual Co-working Community. Backyard Boil House with Nina Williams. Y'all, let me tell you. That's some good food right there. My husband and I and my children, we went not that long ago, a couple of weeks ago. And, of course, I literally did, I think I got everything on the menu. My kid was like, Mama, you're not going to eat all that. I was like, I'm getting everything, I'm taking home. I'm going to eat, I'm going to try it all out because I stay so far from it. So I literally bought, I know just myself, I bought 4 meals. I did. I bought 4 meals. I ate 2 of them there. I ate the gumbo, half of 2. And then I brought the rest home to eat the rest of the weekend, like the next day.
Yeah.
It was even better the next day. Oh my goodness. The food was, now it's rich. Look, I'm too much of on a health kick to eat Backyard Boy House every day. But man, that food is delicious.
Wow.
Oh,
Maybe I can try before I start rowing.
Yes,
I can't do it.
Yeah. Well, unless you try to, because that rowing gonna give you some guns. So maybe go eat some of the food so you can just kind of go.
Okay, I can do that. Okay.
To the muscle.
Yeah.
Dawning Day Creations. I actually, in honor of Dawning Day Creations, I wanted to wear my hair wrap, but I don't know how to put it on. So I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to
get your YouTube.
I think she got some videos on her thing. I'm gonna have to wear one day in honor of her. Wear it on the show one day. Joseph Bean, an insurance agent. Herbert from supportblackowned.com. And our very own Derek Kincaid and his son with Shabak Apparel. Terrence and I are wearing Shabak Apparel. I know I've made a commitment that pretty much I don't like to do a show. I don't even like to come on social media, period, unless I'm wearing clothes that are either made by a Black person, bought from a Black person, or co-owned by a Black person in some form of fashion, because I cannot say I want to build up Black business and not put my money where my mouth is. Mm-hmm. And I think the last spotlight vendor, last but not least, is NoPurpose.com. I saved nopurpose.com intentionally as the last vendor to talk about because nopurpose.com and the Juneteenth Blackout Squad, we have teamed up, and for the rest of the month of December, No Purpose is offering 15% off of all purchases made on her site as long as you use the code BLACKOUT. Now, you're gonna shop this month. I know you are, right? You're gonna shop. You're gonna spend hundreds of dollars. Some of you gonna spend thousands of dollars, but some of you go all out the month of December, right? On your way to spending those dollars, right? Remember nopurpose.com, because you're gonna be doing two things. One, you're going to be supporting Juneteenth Blackout vision of supporting Black businesses. You're going to get a discount in conjunction with doing that. But more importantly, No Purpose is going to contribute some portion. They're going to donate from every purchase to the Restore You Door project. Now, let me tell you, y'all, there are food deserts that are popping up all over America, and they are predominantly in areas where of the African American or Black or ADOS, Foundational Black America, I know we like to have these different terms, are predominantly living. We can't have that. First of all, we got too much money flowing into other businesses through our income, through our businesses, and giving them out to other people for us to have food deserts in Black communities. That makes no sense, right? And so she's going to be contributing to the Restore Your Door project. And we have the forerunner of the Restore Your Door project as part of our squad. And so Terrence, talk to us about the Restore Your Door project, and just kind of give us a quick update on that before we close out.
Yeah, I mean, I'll make it quick because we're kind of almost up on 1 o'clock, and Derek's not here, but I'm gonna play Derek today. With the time, I'm gonna help us keep the time in order. So we began the project probably Labor Day weekend. We had a virtual telethon where we were raising money to buy the old grocery store that closed. We are set to purchase the property on January the 18th. We need to raise probably another $25,000. And that's just for phase one. And once we get the phase one money raised, we have a nonprofit organization that we've created that we're going to be pursuing some grant funding. You know, there's money out there to help communities that don't have a grocery store in the community. And so we're going to leverage the private-public relationship between a nonprofit and a for-profit company that's buying the property. And Juneteenth Blackout has been very responsive to the project. We've had people that are members of the group that have supported it. And we've had people all over the country, literally, who when they hear about it, they want to help. So the project is going well. As I said, we're looking to wrap up purchasing the property on January 18th.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I'm glad to be a part of that. All right. Any last words for our wrap up for 2020? I think it's been a phenomenal year despite COVID. I think COVID, as Kenesha likes to say, is reset time, but resets are good because it gives you an opportunity to reimagine and to reinvent yourself and to cast a new vision for your future. So I'm thankful for each of you. I'm glad to be a part of the Juneteenth Blackout and be a part of the squad. Any last words from y'all before we close it out?
My closing remark would be a couple things. One, what comes to mind is do not despise small beginnings. Right. Do not despise small beginnings. You know, when we look back over this year and what, you know, we've been able to accomplish compared to what we would have liked to have accomplished, we could feel a little bit down if we chose to, but we don't choose to. one of the things that I know you and I have talked about, Sean, is that we really got to become more intentional about identifying the members of the group who are really about advancing Black businesses.
Right.
You know, really helping to enhance our community in terms of supporting Black businesses. We really got to become more intentional about identifying those people because they're in the group. We just got to do our job to connect with them better.
Yeah.
So as we move into 2021, we're going to be really trying to be more intentional about really pursuing and identifying and connecting with those people that are in the group. Even though it's 14,000 members, the number that you put forth, and I think it's a very good number, is the Gideon 300. If we could just identify 300 people in the group that are really about it.
Yep.
Yes.
And I'm not talking about you want to post something to create a stir, have people complaining about, another killing, those things are serious issues,
Right.
but it doesn't change anything. We look at 90% of the posts that people do on that group page, they don't change nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a regurgitation of the same nasty taste.
Right.
Yeah.
And we're going to move away from that.
Yeah.
From as far as the group is concerned, we're going to move away from just recycling self-hate,
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah. We already in the making. We got got a new administration coming in. There's things that are going to be implemented. Terrence are already diving deep, trying to get an understanding of some of these investment vehicles that are created by the government that most times us Black people are the last to know about it or don't know about it at all. And so we're diving deep. And so it's all about just getting at least 300 people who are willing to dive deep and learn and grow and cross support. And that's what we're about. And it's going to feed our overall mission of making Juneteenth huge.
Yes.
Right.
It's the celebration for the work that we've been doing, if we do the work.
You got to do the work. Kanisha, I'm gonna let you end on it because we are under at 1 o'clock. I don't know, Kanisha got to leave at 1 o'clock and we're done. Derek would be so proud of us. We did this in less than 60 minutes.
So for me, I think this year has been has had its challenges, right? So even though with the challenges that we all may have faced personally, professionally, 2020 is not a bad year for everybody. 2020 has not been a good year for everybody. But for us as a team and what we're here to do and what we're wanting to present and give to our culture, I believe that throughout the entire, from the lives to the posts that have been done, that we have to be able to focus on one thing as a person and determine what it is that you want to change for you within your community or within just your culture, period. And I believe here, when you make a decision to partner with the Juneteenth Blackout team, through all the wealth of knowledge that's being shared, that will continue to be shared, that this is the place that you want to be, and this is where you want to be able to get poured into, but as well as you pour into us. We don't know everything, but we are a pretty good group of smart people where we know enough to be able to turn things around or to be able to get the fire going within people's businesses. I know, if I recall correctly, this the one that stands out to me with the Melon, the butter bot, the
Melon and Bay body butter.
With her business. I remember when we brought her and spotlighted her, she didn't have a website, but she sold
that's eBaby Beauty. eBaby Beauty. She didn't have.
Was that eBaby Beauty?
eBaby Beauty didn't have a website, but she had a vision. Correct.
But I remember, but the Melon, but didn't she sell out of all her inventory or something like that? Mm-hmm. So I say that to say that even with eBaby Beauty, that when people listen or when we do come together collectively as a people, we're able to turn around in a powerful way. We are powerful people individually, but just imagine collectively what we can do. But it all takes that mindset that you have to be able to say, I'm going to be a part. I'm going to help support. Yes, it can be strainful. Yes, it can be difficult, but you still have to put forth that effort and say, I'm going to lock in and I'm going to be a part and move, because we can't do it just by ourselves. You know, we have to do it together. And no one should want to do it by themselves. No one makes it to being a millionaire or being a 6-figure, 7-figure income earner every week or every month by themselves. They do it together. So together, we come together.
Hold on, Kanisha, to make a point, what you're just saying, Popeyes didn't sell 65 million chicken sandwiches without people pouring into Popeyes.
That's right. That's right. And so we should be lining up to help to make our history known. We do all these challenges and competitive. Popeye sandwiches better than Chick-fil-A sandwich, and them sandwiches sold out like they didn't know what to do. They had no plan in place, but we sold them out. So why can't we do that for the Eudora Project? Why can't we do that for Juneteenth Blackout? Why can't we put our monies into our own? But it is a cultural mindset of you having to shift your mind and say that I'm going to pour into us. We talk about Black Wall Street, but your mind is not in the Black Wall Street mindset that it was for them back in that time frame. You got to shift your mind. So that's what I want to close out with. And I took us over. I'm sorry, Derek, but we're gonna shift our mind.
Girl. Keep going.
Gotta shift your mindset. I have a whole different take. I believe in manifesting greatness. I'm a living witness of manifesting. I started manifesting November 15th last year, and that's a whole nother story. But 15 is my number. I manifest based on the 15th for everything. And I'm a walking testimony on knowing what the manifestation will do. So I'm asking everyone to do a shift. If you can't shift, pivot.
But now Kanisha, you're going deep. You can't end with it. You're going too deep.
I mean, we closing out the year, right?
They get to manifest their lives. So that's a whole nother deal. I'm gonna have to bring you onto the podcast to talk about manifesting, because people really don't understand.
Yeah, you have to
manifest your life.
That's right. You manifest it, and people don't understand abundance is our birthright. It's not something
it's who you are.
Correct. It's your birthright. You are intended to have abundance. You're not supposed to be here suffering and struggling. And if you're still around broke people, lead them broke people, family, cousins, sisters, brothers, whoever, friends. Woo! Your friends still broke and don't want to pay and do nothing. Bye. Nobody that ain't talking broke.
Well, you know what? That's powerful. I just want to go through the list one more time. Go support Melanin Bay Body Butter. Go support Baby Beauty. Go purchase Jonathan Patrick's Lost on the Way Home, his book. Go support The Girl with the Magic Tummy. Go support the Closet Candy Boutique, Dr. Mo. Go support Healthier Cycles, Danella King. Go purchase something on No Purpose. That's KNOW purpose.com with Brittany Washington. Go support Kanisha Allen, the wellness company. Go support My Little Sugar Plums Bakery, Carolyn Harris. Go support Virtual Co-working Community with Matthew Newman. Go get your tummy full at the Backyard Boy House with Nina Williams. Go support Dawning Day Creations with Lucretia Atkins. Go support Joseph Beans. He's an insurance agent. Get your future secured. Go support Shabaka Para, Derek Kincaid, and go and support blackowned.com with Herbert. Go over there and support, share this video. Thank you so much. We are signing out. We want to be mindful of the time. Have a good one. Happy 2020. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.